Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the HZ English Pod, the place where learning English feels easy, natural, and actually fun. I'm Zara, and I am so happy you are here with us today.
And I'm Hamza. Hello, Zara. Hello, everyone. I am so excited today because today's topic is one that every English learner needs. Whether you are a beginner or you have been studying for years, this topic is for you.
That's right, Hamza. And before we jump in, you showed up today. You pressed play. You chose to learn. That already makes you amazing. So give yourself a little credit.
Yes, a round of applause for yourself. Okay, today's big question. Are you ready? Here it is. Tell me about yourself.
Hamza, just saying those words, tell me about yourself, makes some people nervous.
I know, and I completely understand why. Think about it. When someone asks you this question, your brain suddenly has so many thoughts at the same time. You think, what should I say first? How much should I share? What if I say something wrong? What if my English is not perfect? And all of those thoughts together, they just freeze you.
Yes, it is like when a computer has too many programs open at the same time, it just stops working. That is exactly what happens to our brain when we feel nervous. But here is the good news. Today, we are going to fix that. We are going to give your brain a simple, clear plan so it never freezes again.
I love that. A plan. Because when you have a plan, you don't need to think so hard. You just follow the steps. And before we give you those steps, I want to share the most important idea of this whole episode. Are you ready?
Tell them, Hamza.
Tell me about yourself is not a test. It is an invitation. Say it with me. An invitation.
An invitation. And what is an invitation? When someone invites you to their home, they are not judging you. They are not giving you marks out of 10. They are simply saying, please come in. I am happy you are here. I want to spend time with you. That is exactly what this question means.
When a new classmate, a colleague, or a teacher asks, tell me about yourself, they are curious about you as a human being. They want to find something you have in common. Maybe you both love the same sport. Maybe you are from the same city. Maybe you both love cooking. They are looking for a connection, not a perfect answer.
And this is so important to remember. They are not an examiner. They are not sitting there with a red pen ready to mark your mistakes. They are just a person, like you, who wants to start a friendly conversation.
So here is your new mindset. From today, every time someone asks you, tell me about yourself, I want you to take one small breath, smile, and think to yourself, wonderful, someone wants to know me. Can you do that?
I know you can. One breath, one smile. And remember, it is an invitation. Okay, now let's build your introduction, step by step. Let's go.
All right. So, Zara, let's show everyone how to introduce yourself. Let's pretend we are meeting for the very first time. I'll go first.
Okay, I'll pretend I don't know you.
Hello there. My name is Hamza. It's really nice to meet you.
Oh, how lovely. My name is Zara. It's so nice to meet you too, Hamza.
Okay. Did you hear that? That was step 1, your name. And I want you to notice something. It was simple. It was short. There was no long sentence, no complicated grammar, just my name is Hamza. Or even shorter, I'm Hamza. Both are completely correct. Both sound natural. Both are perfect.
And when you say your name, say it clearly. Don't rush it. Don't mumble it. Your name is something special. It belongs to you. So say it with a little confidence. My name is Zara. Take your time with it.
Now, step 2. Where are you from? This is one of my favorite parts because it is such an easy way to make conversation interesting. I said earlier I am from a small, quiet town. Zara, where are you from?
I am from a big, busy city. There is always something happening. Traffic, markets, music, people everywhere. I love it.
Now, do you see what Zara did? She didn't just say, I am from a city. She said, I am from a big, busy city. There is always something happening. She gave us a feeling of the place. And now I want to ask her more. I want to know which city, what it looks like, what the food is like.
Exactly. A small detail turns a simple answer into a real conversation. So try this. Instead of just saying, I am from Chicago, say, I am from Chicago, which is a very historic and beautiful city. It has incredible deep dish pizza, stunning architecture, and some of the friendliest people you will ever meet. Now, the other person has 3 things they can ask you about: the history, the architecture, or the food. You gave them 3 doors to open, and all they have to do is choose one. That is how easy conversations begin. So your homework for step 2 is this. Think about your city or town right now. What is one interesting or beautiful thing about it? Just one thing, and add that to your introduction. I am from blank, and it is blank. Simple, but so effective.
Perfect. Okay, step 1, your name. Step 2, where you are from. Now, let's move to step 3.
Step 3 is your age. And I want to say something about this first. In some cultures, asking someone's age feels very personal. But in English conversations, especially casual ones, sharing your age is completely normal and not rude at all. So don't be shy.
Simply say, I am 28 years old. Or just, I'm 28. Very easy. And if you don't want to share your age, that is also completely fine. You can skip this step and nobody will think anything strange about it. Remember, you are in control of your own introduction.
Now, step 4. And this one is a big one. What do you do? This is your job, your studies, your role in life. And in English, there are many simple ways to say this. You can say, I am a doctor. I work as an accountant. I am studying computer science. I am a housewife and I manage my home and family. I am retired. All of these are valid. All of these are wonderful.
And here is something I really want you to hear. There is no job or role that is too small or unimportant to mention. Whether you are a student, a driver, a shopkeeper, a farmer, or a teacher, your work matters. Your role matters. Say it with pride.
Yes. And now here comes the part that will make your introduction go from good to great. After you say what you do, tell us why you love it or what you find interesting about it. This is the secret ingredient.
For example, I don't just say, I am a teacher. That gives you information, but it doesn't give you me. Instead, I say, I am a teacher and I absolutely love my job because every day I get to watch someone understand something new. That moment when a student's eyes light up, that is why I do what I do.
Oh, Hamza, that is so beautiful. And for me, I don't just say, I am a student. I say, I am a student studying fine arts. And I chose this because art has always been my language. When I cannot find the right words, I pick up a paintbrush instead. Painting is how I think, how I feel, how I express myself.
Now, which is more interesting? I am a student? Or I am a student and painting is how I express myself? The second one, obviously, because it shows your heart. It shows your passion. It shows who you really are.
And you don't need long, complicated sentences for this. Even something very simple works beautifully. I am a nurse, and I love it because I get to help people every single day. That is enough. That is wonderful. That is memorable.
So think right now. What do you do, and why do you love it? Or if you don't love your job, what do you find interesting about it? Or what does it teach you? There is always something positive you can share.
Always. Okay, step 3, your age. Step 4, your job and why you love it. 2 more steps to go.
Now we reach my personal favorite. Step 5, hobbies and interests. And I say favorite
Because this is where your personality really shines. This is where you stop being just a name and a job, and you become a real, interesting, three-dimensional person.
That is so true. And in English, talking about hobbies is very, very natural. People love to talk about what they enjoy. It is one of the easiest ways to connect with someone new because hobbies are happy topics. They make people smile.
So how do you talk about hobbies in English? There are some very simple phrases you can use. Listen carefully. In my free time, I love to. Then say your hobby. I enjoy. Then say your hobby. I'm really into. Then say your hobby. One of my favorite things to do is. Then say your hobby.
Let me give you some examples using these phrases. In my free time, I love to cook. I especially love making traditional Pakistani recipes. I enjoy reading. I'm currently reading a mystery novel and I cannot put it down. I'm really into photography. I love capturing beautiful moments in everyday life. One of my favorite things to do is go for long walks in the morning and listen to the birds.
Beautiful examples. And now, let me share my hobbies. In my free time, I absolutely love playing football. There is something about running on the field with your friends, working as a team, chasing that goal. It clears my mind completely. After a busy week of teaching, a good football match is the best therapy.
I love that, Hamza. And for me, apart from painting, which you already know about, I love exploring new restaurants. Trying food from different cultures is my favorite kind of adventure. Last month, I tried Japanese ramen for the first time, and I am still thinking about it.
Zara is always thinking about food. But you see, now you know something real and specific about both of us. And if you ever meet Zara in real life, you can say, "Oh, let's go find a good restaurant." And immediately, you have a plan, you have a connection, you have a friendship starting.
That is the magic of sharing hobbies. So don't be shy. Whatever you enjoy, big or small, serious or silly, share it. Your hobbies are part of who you are, and the right people will love you for them.
Okay, everyone.
Let's now put all 5 steps together into one complete, beautiful, natural introduction. Listen carefully to how everything flows. Zara, pretend you don't know me again.
Okay, stranger, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Hamza, and I'm originally from a small, peaceful town in the north of England. It's surrounded by green hills, and I miss it every day. I'm 28 years old. I work as an English teacher, and it is honestly my greatest passion. There is nothing more rewarding than watching a student go from nervous and hesitant to confident and fluent. That transformation, that is why I wake up every morning excited to go to work. Outside of teaching, I love playing football on weekends, and I enjoy cooking. Fair warning, my lasagna is dangerously good.
Hamza, that was perfect. And everyone, did you notice? That entire introduction was made of simple words, short sentences, clear ideas. No complicated vocabulary, no difficult grammar. Just honest, warm, natural English. And it told us so much about who Hamza is.
Your turn, Zara.
Hi, I'm Zara. It's so lovely to meet you. I'm from a big, lively city, and I love the energy of it. There is always something new happening. I'm 25 years old. Right now, I'm a student studying fine arts, which is basically a fancy way of saying I get to paint things and call it university work. But seriously, art is my whole heart. When words are not enough, I paint instead. When I am happy, I paint. When I am sad, I paint. It is my language. In my free time, I also love trying food from different cultures because I believe every dish tells a story about the people who made it.
Zara, that was absolutely beautiful. Every dish tells a story. I am going to remember that line forever.
See? A specific detail makes you memorable. And now, let's talk about one of the most important tips of this entire episode, the translation detour.
Yes, this is so important. Many English learners, when they want to speak, they first think in their native language. Then they translate each word into English. Then they check if the grammar is correct, and then they finally speak. Does that sound familiar?
That whole process, think in Urdu, translate to English, check the grammar, then speak, it takes so long. By the time you are ready to speak, the moment has already passed. The conversation has moved on, and you feel frustrated and embarrassed.
The solution is to build a direct connection, straight from your thought to English words. No detour through your first language. How do you build that direct connection? Practice. Repetition. Saying the same simple phrases again and again until they come out automatically.
My name is Zara. Say it 10 times. I am from Lahore. Say it 10 times. I love painting. Say it 10 times. After enough repetition, your brain stops translating. It just speaks. And that is when English truly starts to feel natural.
Now, let's talk about something that every English learner worries about. Mistakes. What happens when you forget a word? What happens when your grammar is wrong? What happens when you get confused in the middle of a sentence?
I want to tell you something honestly. I have made so many mistakes when speaking English. So many. And you know what I learned from every single one of them? Nothing bad happens. The world does not end. People do not laugh. Life goes on. And actually, you learn something new every time.
When I first started speaking English publicly, I once said, "I am very fun," instead of, "I am having a lot of fun." And my colleague looked at me a little confused, but then she understood, smiled, and said, "Oh yes, you seem very fun." And we both laughed. That mistake actually broke the ice and started a great conversation.
Mistakes can actually be wonderful conversation starters. When you make a mistake and handle it with a smile, people respect that. They think, wow, this person is brave enough to try. I admire that. Because speaking a second language is not easy, and most people know that.
And our 3 golden rules. Skip the translation detour and speak directly in English. When you make a mistake, smile and keep going. And always add one specific, real detail to make yourself memorable.
We have a small but heartfelt request. If this episode helped you, if it gave you even a little more confidence, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel. It takes 1 second, but it means everything to us, and it helps other learners find us too.
And now, your homework. Go to the comments section right now and introduce yourself. Just 2 sentences. Hi, my name is, and I am from, I love. That is enough. That is perfect. Do it.
We read every single comment. We love meeting our listeners. So come say hello. We are waiting for you down there.
Keep practicing every single day. Even 5 minutes in front of the mirror makes a difference. We believe in you. Truly.
Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and keep speaking English. Bye, everyone. See you next time.